everyone, hello and welcome to this very important update video. I am the Black Shadow, and I don't care what anyone says about the actual game. Damn, this series had some good music. I'm not here to talk about Final Fantasy 13, not really, no. I have good news, everyone, in the respect that the big, massive night shift contract thing I've been doing for the past 6 weeks, which has meant I haven't really been able to record anything. It's done! Yes, it's all over finally, which means that I can actually return to doing more recording, as I've basically not been able to do any for like 6 weeks. Hence why we've had basically 5 days and nothing's gone up, folks, which I do apologise for. However, as much as there's various bits and pieces that I have planned out for the remainder of the year, folks, as I intend to cover the rest of 2016 in this video, folks, I am going to need some help with some of it. So I hope you guys got your pens ready, because there's a fair few bits to be jotting down. I'll just quickly tackle how things are at the moment. We have finished the main campaign for Resident Evil Revelations. I had asked if people were interested in me doing a Infernal run of the game, and the overwhelming majority of you said, yes, please do so. So I shall be doing just that. I will be intending to record the first bits of that either later tonight or basically tomorrow, i.e. Sunday. I'll have to see how that works out. But I will be doing an Infernal run. And then I'll also be going up alongside with the Revelations raid mode, which I had recorded, co-recorded actually, over the course of this whole year, actually. I think I went back, the first video, I think I actually recorded it back in January, along with a very, very nervous co-commentator who had never done anything quite like it before. So please, everyone, go easy on it, alright? It was entertaining overall, believe me. Now, it also gets my attention. I was speaking for about an hour or so with King Shrike, you remember from the Keep Talking series, other bits and pieces we've done over the years. We were talking for about a few hours last night, and eventually the conversation dipped onto the channel, where I suddenly realised how, for like the past 2-3 months, I've not said a damn thing about what I actually intend to LP for the rest of the year. So, this is what it's about. First of all, I suppose the questions I need to ask you guys. I say some LPs, I've decided roughly what I'm going to do, but there's some I'm not sure about. First of all, I do want to ask about XCOM. Now, we tackled XCOM Enemy Unknown a few months ago, where a lot of you guys got involved with that LP, and it was a lot of entertainment, actually. Enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would, even if it did run into my PC dying, but that was one of those things. Now, as I said I would do, I will be doing a run of XCOM Enemy Within, most likely, or maybe XCOM 2. It's probably going to be Enemy Within I'll be doing. Yeah, it's going to be Enemy Within I'm doing. But King Shrike actually was curious to get involved on the yacht. He's played his own share of XCOM as well. And he wanted me to ask you guys, basically, about, well, when it comes to doing XCOM Enemy Within, I don't know when it's going to be exactly. It's looking sort of like back end of the year, just as a rough date. Basically, he was asking me, well, you could either have, me, the Black Shadow, playing the game, and he sort of coming along to commentate for a bit. Or he did also wonder if people would be interested if we turn the scales, and he played the game and I commentated, seeing as he apparently does play the game in a completely different way than I do, which I can believe, because we did play XCOM Enemy Unknown like a maniac. I was basically dancing with death, with all of your characters' lives at stake. It was good times, to be fair. I don't know what you guys think about that, whether you'd rather it was me actually physically playing XCOM Enemy Within, or me just being a bystander to King Shrike attempting to take the game on. He wants to do it on Impossible mode. Good luck. Also, as well, because I have got like a lot of sort of horror games I'm planning to do at the back end of this year. We've got obviously Revelations at the moment. Resident Evil 5, I'll also be LPing with King Shrike. We're going to be recording that in a couple of months' time, but I'm not uploading it in a couple of months. We just need to record it in advance because he's moving on to uni. So I've got that, but I mean, like, there's other games I've got planned as well for during the winter, horror-y wise. I want to have it like a horror-y winter. Like the next Silent Hill game, Silent Hill 3. Another game I've also been very interested in LPing because I know some people haven't seen it, and that is Alan Wake, which was a game that was released a fair few years ago now on 360 at least, and a few other consoles and methods. But it was quite an alternative game actually, and it was one I really enjoyed. I got the DLC for it as well, and I have been interested in LPing that game for a little while, though I've not really mentioned it. So that's another one that's on the list. But you know, I don't want it to just be all horror-y, grimy, ooh, everyone's dying sort of thing, folks. So I've got a couple other games up my sleeve. For example, off the back of the success of Crash 3 and Crash Team Racing. And I said I would record it eventually, is I am also looking to give Spyro the Dragon his turn in the spotlight. I'm looking to LP Spyro 3, Spyro Year of the Dragon, because that was the game I was most familiar with. I never actually got to play that much Spyro, which always kind of sucked a little bit. It was just one of those things, how it kind of went. But, that will be coming soon, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to that as something a little bit different. But also along with the, the happy sort of joyfully colourfulness of that. Colourfulness? I'm also interested in picking back up a little bit of turn-based strategy. And when I say turn-based strategy, I'm not talking about, the grand strategies or something like that. I'm talking about something we've already had on this channel a little while ago, folks, and that is the little pink things known as the worms. Yes, you guys remember the Worms World Party LP that I did a few years back? Well, I'm very interested in picking up worms again. And this is also partly because I have started exploring a little bit with Steam. The PC thing, which, like, everyone had but me. And I finally went and made an account and did some bits and pieces on it. And what I'm looking to do is I'm not so much in doing, like, another Worms campaign as such, but I'm very interested in just having a blast of some Worms multiplayer and just recording it, folks. What I was also looking to do, as I say, I always try and involve people in the channel wherever I can, and it's not always easy. But I am offering a bit of an opportunity here, folks. I am basically offering to get hold of some worms on Steam and invite you guys, the viewers, to have a blast with me, basically. I want to do some Worms multiplayer. I know King Strifle said he wants to get involved in some of it as well, but I'm sure there's probably some people on this channel as well that would be more than happy to join in for some sessions of just utter Worms carnage. And, it's been a while since I've played Worms, and it's kind of been niggling at the back. I enjoyed the LP. Always wish I could do more. So I don't know if anyone in particular is interested in that. I also don't know which game to get. There's a few, you've got like Worms Armageddon, you've got Worms World Party Remastered. There is the Worms Reloaded, but I'm not really. I don't know. I mean, unless a lot of people really want me to do that one, like the sort of the remake that was kind of semi-3D. I could do, I guess, but I'm always been more interested in like that when it was back proper 2D, like Worms World Party, like Worms Armageddon. So if anyone here is interested in that, please do let me know, along with perhaps which game to get hold of, because I haven't got any of them yet, and I'm more than happy to do so. So please let me know on that. Also, as a sort of a general thought as well for games going forward, because I've got a lot of, like PS1 stuff planned. I've got obviously a lot more modern stuff as well. But I don't want to do just sort of that sort of thing, like 360 and PS1 and whatever else, PS2, that sort of era. I am curious to know if some people would be more interested for me to. You remember back towards about like sort of the start of the year when I did NES season, when I was taking on. Doing the shorter videos, folks, of a variety of old games, from, with Rygar, Mission Impossible, Defender of the Crown, that sort of thing. I don't know if anyone would be interested in me returning to some of those older games, folks. I have got one or two planned that I want to do anyways. But if people are interested in me, showing off a little bit more of, you know, what was available to the masses, you know, like 25, 30 years ago, you know, and this season part 2, we'll call it. Again, please let me know, because there's so much that I've got planned that I could do and want to do so far for the rest of the year. I kind of need to get an idea for what people want the most to kind of know where to focus the time. I'd like to fit it all in. I probably won't, is the fear. So this is why I kind of need to, you know, test the water and see what you guys think. So that's kind of most of the, you know, the things I need to ask about. As far as actual LPs I am planning to do, on top of the ones I've said, you know, with Silent Hill and Spyro, there's, of course, a couple of series that I do need to continue on with. Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid 2, I will be looking to start that LP soon enough. I'm probably not going to be doing that until, like, beginning of 2017. That'll probably be, like, on the tail end of, like, all the horror stuff kind of thing. Also, the next GTA game, GTA 4, I'll be, again, looking to do that beginning of next year is the plans of, like, spring 2017. Seems like a pretty good enough time for that. There's no rush to do GTA 4. I also noticed as well when I was looking back through, let's see, I was looking back through the playlist while speaking with King Shrike in the conversation. I haven't done an RPG for quite a long time, folks. I suddenly realised that. I was like, huh, you know, since Final Fantasy X, I've actually not done anything RPG-wise. That was a little while ago. So I am looking to do an RPG incredibly soon, actually. And I know I have had a few questions. Speaking of Final Fantasy X, people asking me, you know, are you looking to do Final Fantasy X-2? Which the answer is yes. I would like to do X-2. I do have a PS3 available now, so I can certainly record it on the HD remaster, which would be kind of cool. When that will be, don't know exactly, but it's not going to be straight away. And if anyone's, say, for those of you guys that haven't seen or played X-2, it's an experience. I know it wasn't everyone's pot of tea, if you will. It wasn't everyone's idea of a great RPG, but it wasn't a bad game nonetheless. I can't complain about that. But before that, I sort of sat there thinking, well, you know, let's think about this. I've done Final Fantasy VI, done Final Fantasy VIII, Final Fantasy X. But I kind of wanted to explore some of the older Final Fantasies, because I don't have very much experience of any Final Fantasies before Final Fantasy VI. I just don't have much experience with them. I've always wanted to, but I've never quite gotten round to it. So I thought, well, you know, you're doing this LP channel, you fancy doing an older game? Why not do the oldest of the lot? Why not let's play the original Final Fantasy game? Now, I'm going to get shot for this, because I can't remember when it got released. Was it 1988 or something? I don't even remember. 1989? I honestly, maybe 1990, I don't know. Somewhere around there. But I tell you what, the Final Fantasy series, it is remarkable when you look at, like, the original game and, you know, how it's transformed over the years and to now. You'd see the first Final Fantasy, you'd have thought it was a completely different game series. It is amazing how much the series has changed over the years. And I've always really wanted to look at least a couple of the older ones. I know Final Fantasy IV is, like, regarded as, like, one of the greatest old RPGs there's ever been, sort of thing. And I would like to do Final Fantasy IV at some point. That I've never played either. But I fancy doing Final Fantasy I. And it's not a particularly long game either, being that it is so old. So, that I will be looking to do very, very soon. And also another game, just to round off as well, because I was thinking of a couple of bits and pieces. I've got some other games I've got planned, but I was looking back through some old request videos where I'd sort of posted them out, and there was a couple of titles that had been mentioned quite heavily, and by several people. And I suppose it's only fair that I do give them their due light. One of them being a certain old Capcom game franchise that, you know, was out like similar time to Resident Evil, but it didn't involve zombies or anything like that. Oh no, we went Jurassic Park on that biatch. And I figure, you know what? So many people on this channel over like the past year have asked for Dino Crisis. It's probably about time I LP the damn game. Again, I've never played that one before either. I have absolutely no idea what to expect, but that will be a blind LP that I will be experimenting with and looking to get set up and record in the very near future. And I know several people asked for that over the past several request videos. I said I would do it. I never quite got round to it. I'm doing it. I'm putting it down now. I'm saying it so that I have to do the damn game, right? Serious, honest, okay? Okay. And there's also a couple other games as well which I'm looking to do, which I'm going to hold my cards close to my chest just in case I don't quite get round to recording everything I want to do. And, you know, we'll see how things go. But that's kind of like most of the plans for the year. Except there is one last thing that I am going to be experimenting with and hoping that I can get set up for in a few months' time. Now that I have my improved PC and all the equipment and that, do you guys remember, I think it was like about 2 years ago, there was a certain something that I wanted to try to do for the channel, which a lot more people are doing nowadays. It's certainly a lot more accessible, and I couldn't really do it previously because, you know, my PC was old and didn't really work that well and all that kind of stuff, and I didn't have the recording equipment. But the world of live streaming, I think it's about time I get into this sort of this business, folks, because you know, I wanted to do it about 2 years ago. It never quite happened. I never quite was able to get it to work. I think now is probably as good a time as any. I've got my brand new PC. I've got my recording software. I've got time. I've got the enthusiasm to actually pursue it. And who knows, maybe in time for our 5th anniversary in October, who knows, maybe we might just get ourselves our very first BS Inc. live stream, everyone. There's something to think about. But I've eaten up plenty of your time here, folks. So a lot to go into in this update video. I knew it was going to take a little while, but that's just one of those things. So, hope you guys enjoyed listening to some of the stuff to expect. Just some of the stuff to expect over the course of the next 6 months of the channel, going into next year as well, mind you. There is just so much to do, and finally, now my contract is over of all the 60 hours a night shift. Now that's over, I can actually get on with LPing some games. Huzzah for that. So, I'm going to thank you guys very much for listening. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on all the things, you know, with XCOM, with Worms. Again, I'd love to be able to, you know, do some Worms with some people that watch along. That would be absolutely awesome. I'd so love to do it. You know, with the NES games and all that sort of bits and pieces. Please, 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 please let me know what you think in the comment section below. You know, if you like what's coming in the next 6 months, if there's anything I've missed, please let me know. So thank you guys very much for listening. And next time you'll be hearing from me will be tomorrow, where we will be heading back into the world of Resident Evil Revelations. Resident Evil Revelations. I kind of slurred that a bit. It's late, everyone. It's like 2 in the morning. Give me a break. So I will see you guys back there with Jill and the gang. But until then, folks, see ya.